responsibilities that they will have, particularly for the high school students and foundation members. And we've also been in contact with Lisa at GoBack, and she's indicated a willingness to help and is currently checking that there will be adequate coverage for the day of our event. So, as I mentioned before, the Chief Watt's recommendation was for quite a few town police to help assist with traffic control. I believe his number was 4. And I spoke with Supervisor Bloomfield earlier. He seemed to indicate that that would not necessarily be an achievable number without going into overtime. So we wanted to request that the officers who were on duty might be able to assist with traffic control, of course, assuming that they are not called away to other business, and that the board grant the request for us to conduct the event. We did want to also just question if we did need additional town coverage, is there a way for us to bear additional cost for overtime if that was at all a possibility and what that cost might be.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
Well, what's your complete outlet? We got part-timers maybe.
Right.
Maybe a lot of it is cheaper than. That's totally up to the chief.
Sure.
Just a thought, thinking out loud, that's a part-time.
Do you have an idea of I'm sure it's hard to know what you expect as far as...
Our goal is 200 participants, and I believe that currently we have not nearly that number registered on our website, but we haven't really, quote-unquote, cranked up our publicity because we want to make sure our ducks are in a row and we have all the proper permits before proceeding. But 200 is our goal.
Okay. And secondly, looking at the map of this 5K, it seems to look like there's like 90% of it is village.
Correct.
So I don't think, I'm sure we'll do whatever we can, but I don't, this race, how long do you think this race is going to take? 45 minutes?
What we have as our estimates is that the runners will complete the route generally between 25 and 45 minutes, and that individuals walking will mostly complete the route within an hour, and at the outside end, an hour and a half. Now, the parts of the route that pass along the town, as I understand, are in the early part of the route, so I would expect that that portion of the route would be clear of participants within an hour of the 10 a.m. start.
Well, I think you did a great job because I think you got pretty good coverage here for this thing here. So.
Thank you very much. And I just wanted to add that it's our expectation that, not our expectation, it's our plan to really clearly mark all necessary intersections. We're going to get bright orange signs that say slow, race in progress. It's really our goal, as we've said before, to make this a destination event, to bring people to the town of Goshen, and to really see what a great community we have here. And we believe that the safety of our participants is the #1 goal in achieving that end.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
George, you have a question?
Yeah, I think you had said before there was going to be 10 men stationed throughout.
I believe that's what Chief Watt has indicated that the village.
So that's but what you're saying and what I'm reading in this memo from the town clerk seems to be two different things. He's talking about doesn't want to pay any overtime.
The town.
No, this is the village.
The village.
I wonder if Val could then reflect on her conversation with Chief Watt. Did you do that, Val?
Give her a microphone, please.
I spoke with him today, and he was unsure of exactly what he was going to do. And he didn't say that he was going to give 10 people, unless this decision came later.
The 10 is the most recent number that I have from a conversation with my wife, who spoke with him on Wednesday. Now, he's definitely indicated that this is pending, kind of a cooperative assignment of planning where people will be stationed. I mean, for our point of view, 10 is more than would be needed. And perhaps his latest number reflects our goal to be able to offset some of the need for the village with the sheriffs. But 10 was simply the most recent number that I heard.
he didn't seem to have a concrete plan at the point that I spoke with him earlier in the day. He was concerned for the safety, most certainly. And he did want us to, come in and help out. The board on the whole had not wanted to pay overtime. And he said, at one point said he didn't really want to have to pay overtime for all of that.
Absolutely, and that's certainly understandable. If...
Did you say you had, the gentleman was here the last time you were here, from the fire department?
Yes, we contacted Chief Cohen.
And they're gonna participate?
His indication was that they would participate at the request of the village police.
Okay. Did you tell Chief Watts that they were willing to participate?
We did indicate that.
All right. Because I have to see this.
Can I ask the number that the village indicated to you?
He didn't give me a number. That's
Okay.
what I mean. He
Okay.
seemed
All right.
unsure as to
So-
just, it sounded to me like he still needed approval from the village board.
Oh, that's correct. Village board approval is still pending. What we're trying to do is just kind of keep all of the municipalities as informed of the most current plan that we have. So I suppose if I gave the impression that the village board had already approved, I did not mean to do so. They have not yet done so. That meeting is Monday evening.
Okay. Phil, do you have any comments as Commissioner of Police on this?
Yeah, at this point, I'll talk to Chief Marsh, but
Right.
I'm wearing the hat of finance, in charge of finances, and I'm doing budgets. And I am working on the police budget. And I have this huge slash and burn type thing that's going on. So it's, I'm working in two areas. But no, I haven't talked to anyone at this point. I'm just involved.
Do we have an idea of what...
We have two patrols. We have two patrols
Yeah.
per shift, 24 hours a day.
Plus the super,
Not during the weekends.
No.
So we have two patrols that day. Now, when Phil and I talked to her today, we would certainly have to get the blessing of the chief on this.
Yes.
Okay. If they're riding up around here, we're talking 30 minutes or something like that for the first part, they could possibly be there, okay, unless they're called off to another situation with the town. So I think that's a high probability that could happen. Beyond that, I don't think there's going to be something, unless your organization would say, okay, well, we're going to need definitely two people there, and then we can give you a figure of what that would cost.
How would we go about obtaining that figure?
Our budget officer can tell us that, or the chief can. We look at the contract, 4 hours minimum, so much an hour, we probably have a couple part-timers there, something like that. But, yeah, we can get that number for you.
Yeah, but before you,
Sheriff's.
We have the request in and...
Yeah, I think they... Okay, well, I think, basically, I see a learning here, which is, if you were to get the two, for next time you do this, I mean, we're kind of out of the loop in a way. The 2 or 3 people who will make the decisions, what it's going to cost, what they can provide, and all that, are the chiefs of police. That would be, we had Dennis Marsh in the room, Mr. Watt, and the sheriff's department, the fire department. I think then they can come back to their respective boards, yeah, I think we can do it, whatever.
but we do understand that this is a charitable event.
Oh,
and any
absolutely.
way that we can contribute at no cost.
We'll do it.
Supervisor said, we will absolutely work on that. If they're on patrol and they're in that area, I'm sure that they would lend a hand to save.
But I do see this as as Phil was saying, a very worthwhile event.
Yeah.
I think these two gentlemen standing next to me, the first 15 minutes and it's basically over for
Yeah.
them. So I should think it would not be a problem for us to have two.
No, and ours is a very small portion, so
Right.
I'm sure we can accommodate.
And I would say, the same thing happened this year toward the Goshen, we didn't pay the overtime this year, and they patrolled, and we've got bicycle
Yeah.
races at like 5 hours, so we had no problem.
Get them out of the
I'm sure you work something with the chief.
So-
Very cooperative.
So we as a board, what do we want to do this evening? Give our support and okay to this thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to make a motion in that regard then?
Yes, I'd like to,
Is it?
I so move that we give the support to the Franklin Martin Foundation
5K one.
Good.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
That's it.
No, second, no problem.
Any discussion?
Yeah, one other thing, have we received the insurance certificate with Town of Goshen on it?
Yes.
I believe my wife.
I'm pretty sure it's on.
Because the original one,
Right. No, I think
Absolutely.
you did have the time.
okay,
I believe,
Oh,
yes,
but-
they